have 15 different committees from software, telco, energy, clean tech, real estate. In fact, 30% of our portfolio of 161 fundings, and I'm speaking to you in 2007, end of 2007, 70% is technology, 30% is consumer product and real estate. So we're very eclectic. I started Keiretsu Forum because I wanted to be a diverse investor, so I like investing in spaces I have no business understanding or I don't have time or bandwidth to understand, but I have the robust community of 750 members to help me with their mind share and their wisdom to help me be a better investor. But we do not see a lack of deal flow, but what resonates with Keiretsu Forum members is a liquidity event under 3 years. Generally, if a company comes to us and say they're going to have an exit in 3 years, that usually means 5 or 6. But we generally like to see companies have some type of exit plan within 3 to 5 years, and hopefully an exit in 3, which usually means 5 or 6.
Right.
Well, I think it's critical if you're choosing or want to be an angel investor, don't do it as an island. And join a group. Because you're going to have a lot more robust deal flow, and you're going to see a whole spectrum, whole ecosystem, hopefully, of the companies they're presenting in the marketplace. But we're very fortunate. We, in some of our more robust or mature chapters, using Northern California example, we receive almost 100 companies a month. And those companies are whittled down through the committee system. It's about 80%, I hate to use the word failure, but conversely, when you present to our committees, 80% are rejected for a myriad of reasons. Usually it's because of lack of revenue. We are usually a little upstream. We're usually Series A on our technology. We usually need a validator, i.e. revenues, so companies a little more mature that come to Keiretsu Forum. However, the committee system rejects 80%. So if 100 companies come to us, 80 are usually rejected, meaning they're usually moved to 3 or 4 or 5 months after they get those milestones or the revenue in the marketplace. And then the 20 that come to us, we whittle it down to 10 companies, and those pitch to a screening day, which is always 1 week before the forum, and 35 of us gather. And those companies are then voted on, and usually 3 or 4 make the forum. Each month, and the following week is the forum. And last year, using an example, we had $51.5 million in 2006 locally in Northern California. So if you had the opportunity to go through our process last year, there was a 60% chance of getting funded if you made the forum. So again, 100 to 20 to 10, 4 make it. Last year we had 30 fundings, $51.5 million in Northern California. Well, I've wanted to change the paradigm of angel investing. Historically, going back 10 years plus, most angel investors invested within a mile, sometimes 10 miles of their, of their domicile. And I wanted to create an efficient private equity roadshow throughout our footprint of chapters throughout North America. So for instance, using Seattle's example, they've launched 2 years ago. They have 154 members today. We've done 27 syndications between Northern California and Seattle. And that's the bridge I want to create, not only for our members to enjoy resources and synergies of other locations. I want the entrepreneurs to enjoy resources and capital from a myriad of sources. And we're very fortunate to have the whole ecosystem covered at Keiretsu Forum, meaning that we have 10% of our members are VCs and the rest are obviously accredited private equity investors. So we're doing much larger rounds now. We did a $4 million round several weeks ago. And rounds historically were $500,000 10 years ago, and now creeping much higher because we offer the entrepreneur opportunity. Once they get traction, capital traction in one chapter, then they go on to the next chapter for additional fundraising if they need it. I started Keiretsu Forum because of my lack of discipline and expertise as a private equity investor. My wife and I were able to retire in the mid-90s, and I wanted to diversify into technology investing. And what happened after that is a lot of iBankers were turning my small liquidity event into smaller liquidity event. And so I said, there's got to be a better way to have smarter people, or I call the wisdom of crowds, swarm intelligence or mind share around me, so I could be a more effective and efficient investor. And along the way, we started off with one chapter in the East Bay, Northern California, and we grew it to a waiting list of 150 members. And everybody got the same value I did, meaning that we all looked at things together, we all invested. We don't invest together, we don't do LLCs, there's no vested interest, meaning when a member invests, it's a direct investment with the entrepreneur.